I'm sure you trust your neighbor down the block more than you do a politician in Austin or Washington, D.C. But for how long? I'm Charles Blaine, and this is Texas Tomorrow. So what happens when the water starts rising and you don't know who to blame or who's in charge of the problem? Well, the trust in local government is not just a vibe. It's actually a concrete experience from people who live in neighborhoods. And a 2023 University of Texas poll found that roughly half of Texans find that their local governments are mostly honest. These are the local units closest to them. And compare that to 1/3 who say the same about state government. So they don't feel it's nearly as honest. But that's fragile. It's not permanent. And in Houston, for instance, accountability is often a shell game between different jurisdictions. So you have the city, you have the county, you have a maze of special purpose districts and school districts and everything in between. And oftentimes homeowners are left guessing who to blame when a bond election is opaque or streets are flooded for the third time or their taxes go up. And so local government is a bit different because it's face to face, it's not far off, and it's your neighbor down the block, not a talking head on TV. But at the end of the day, when services move online, as we're seeing happen increasingly, and digital distance replaces that relational contact, that trust begins to erode. And we see it in the war on cities, where state preemption makes local leaders look powerless, and it stems from their unwillingness to do what those who elected them want them to do. And even transparency gaps that leave residents in certain neighborhoods wondering where their tax dollars are going as their taxes continue to increase and they pay more for services, but see the quality of those services decrease. Rebuilding that trust isn't about PR. Although if you look at a lot of local officials, they will make you think it is. But what it really is about, it's about competence and it's about fairness. It's about ensuring that affluent neighborhoods don't get faster permitting or better street repair, better infrastructure just because they know who to call or who to write a check to. But at the same time, it's just as equally about not caving into those loud voices who may seem as though they carry a larger number than they do, but they're really small in number. They're just good at bullying elected officials. It's about finding that happy balance. So thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Texas Tomorrow. Please like, share, comment. Let us know if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you'd like to talk about.